All right, Mr. Jones. A lot of our homeowners just express some appreciation for knowing what the causes are to bring them to the point where they need to come see us for their issues. So I want to play this short video that just talks about, gives you a little bit of context for why you're having some of the issues that you're having based on even just how your house was constructed. So play this video. Okay, so I want to start with just the fact that you have what's called the rising water table. Everybody does. That has a crawl space, meaning that the water that your soil takes on from rainwater and storms and such is going to always come upward. It's going to become so saturated that that water is going to rise to the level going through the porous concrete of your home's foundation, eventually making its way to your crawl space. And you can see the standing water there as a result. Also, your crawl space is lower than grade. So not as severely as a basement, but certainly lower than grade. So water is always going to find the path of least resistance. And so you can see from this image that the water is going to flow through and find its way in at that cold joint, the place where the foundation wall meets the footing. It just has to follow gravity to find its way inside your basement. And then thirdly, that result is that water is trapped in your crawl space. Once it finds its way in, it really has nowhere to go. And so that's why we see the standing water that we see inside of your crawl space. So those are the causes. Historically, homeowners have a few different options that they've explored, either on their own or with contractors to attempt to fix the issues. And so I kind of want to go through those with you. Those involve exterior drainage, perhaps regrading the landscaping, and then some do-it-yourself options that we can have a look at. And so first of all, exterior drainage, and this is super expensive, super invasive and disruptive. This would require, digging up all those rose bushes, the beautiful landscaping, putting some utilities on hold perhaps. Your driveway out there would have to probably be redone. It's very expensive and it offers limited to no warranty. And so when your home was built, it had to have an exterior drainage system that was required by code. And so those are only offered, those warranties usually only are offered for 5 to 7 years. So we always wind up coming back and fixing those waterproofing issues involved in those homes. So essentially this option is treating a failed system with the same system that is going to fail. So an exterior drainage system is going to be put down in the ground with mud and with dirt. And so what the result is when that mud and dirt combines with the water from your soil is a clogged footing drain, okay? As stated, that will fail in 5 to 7 years. And so when that footing drain clogs, there's no filter system, and still that rainwater is going to find itself in your crawl space, creating that groundwater seepage, okay? The next option might involve regrading. So this is just some excavating around your land to regrade your land, to shuttle the water away from your crawl space. This is also extremely invasive, but really at its root, this solution only addresses the surface water runoff, that the water that would run off of your roof. It does not address the issues with the water within the ground, okay? That is still going to find its way to your crawl space due to your crawl space being below grade. And then the final option, and this option does reflect at least some basic knowledge and understanding that homeowners have of the issue. And this is an open sump pump. And so you can see in the picture that this is just kind of a mess, just sort of a hodgepodge of solutions kind of thrown together. That is just a standard 5-gallon plastic bucket sitting with some PVC and perhaps a sump pump that was bought off Amazon. And so these are do-it-yourself options that lack the expertise, certainly lack the warranty and the protection and the assurance of a permanent solution that this kind of problem really requires, right? And so do any of these options sound like anything that you would want to pursue and invest in? No, I didn't think so. And so having explored all the options that don't work, love to talk to you about what I believe will work, and that's our solution here at Groundworks. And so our engineering team has put together this short video to explain this system at a really high level. And so we'll play this AquaStop Crawl Drain Easy System video for you. All right, just to clear any gaps and just kind of to walk through what that video laid out, the first step in our solution at Groundworks is we're going to come into your crawl space and hand dig an 8 to 12 inch trench for our easy drain system. And this is hard work, and our installers are the best in the business at what they do, but I'm sure you can imagine this is certainly grueling, but this is required as a trench to prepare your space for our drainage system. And so there's kind of the finished product of what that trench would look like when it's fully dug out by our installation teams. From there, we set the easy drainage system inside the trench. That's going to catch all of the groundwater that would seep either up through the foundation or into the walls at the crawl joint or above. It's all going to be funneled into this system. And so we have to not only collect that rainwater and existing groundwater, but we have to have a way to collect it and then redistribute it. We've got to get it away from your home. And so you can see this picture, everything is funneling toward this basin, which is going to house our crawl space triple, our AquaStop crawl space triple. And so again, just a short video to give you the ins and outs of what that AquaStop crawl space triple sump system looks like. Play this video. Hope that's helpful, just to clear in the gaps of kind of what that is. Again, the triple pump system, it does what the name suggests or implies that it does. So you've got 3 pumps within this system. You've got the primary pump over here on the left, and it sits at a lower level than the secondary pump does. So this secondary pump is supplemental, and it would kick in if the water levels rose to the point where the first pump wasn't going to be sufficient enough to meet the demand. And so the second pump would come in as a supplement and work together with the first pump to collect and disperse and filter out that rainwater. If in the event the storm was severe enough, the water was high enough, we've got a third pump that operates as a backup on a battery that would serve as a third pump. So you've got this redundancy and backup upon backup to make sure that your system is working efficiently and effectively. And so because it works on a battery, even if you had a power failure, that third pump on the battery would be able to overcome anything that you might experience due to power failure. And so that triple pump system is going to set inside a patented basin, enclosed beneath the ground, and then we've got to disperse that water up and out through your perimeter wall. And so you can kind of see from here under this cover that sits the triple system within your crawl space, and this water, all the water is being pumped up and out at a 90-degree angle through your foundation wall and then back down 90 degrees into the soil, right? And it's not just going to stop there, right? It's going to be dispersed 12 to 20 feet to a location that we agree on, usually is based on the topography of your yard. Certainly can't go into a neighbor's yard. We'll have to strategically figure out where that needs to be. We've got options about where that should be based on where we want that triple system to be placed in your crawl space. And then then it's covered. So it's very slight. It's not obvious. It's set down low, so the mower is not going to wreak havoc over it. It's going to be covered so that critters can't get in and mess up the system or clog the system. We've got this picture actually is just going to show you how beautiful and non-intrusive this is. The only things that you can see here are the cover, as well as there in the background you can see that tubing that comes out of your crawl space and a hard 90 down into the ground. So at this point, you're able to see that you've got a permanent solution, and you can be proud and know that you're well protected. Any questions about that, Mr. Jones, before we move on